In a world of subreddits and Instagram accounts dedicated to showing off your desk setup, there are more and more products put out there to make your desk setup pop, to make it stand out from the basic plebs who just have basic cables on their desk like a bunch of peasants. You're not a peasant, are you? This is a very aggressive intro. One of the ways of making your desk setup stand out that has been growing in popularity over the past year or two is with custom coiled USB cables for your keyboard. Recently, Tez Cables have expanded beyond cables and have come out with all kinds of other products to help expand your desk setup and make it look even better, to hopefully get more than 3 upvotes on Reddit. So we're going to talk about them today, and as you can see, we've got quite a bit to talk about. Full disclosure, Tez Cables did send out all these products to me, well, most of them. I am also a Tez Cables affiliate. I have been for a bit longer than before they sent me this stuff. See, they sent me most of these products, but actually a few of them are ones that I bought with my own money before I was a Tez Cables affiliate. And it's because of how much those products have pleased me that I was more than happy to oblige to accept some of their other stuff for review and to show you guys. This video actually would have been out a long time ago, but I lost the footage. I actually had this whole thing where I opened everything up as it came in and we got to see my fresh, raw reaction to seeing the stuff for the first time, but that's all gone. It probably would have looked something like this. Wow! Starting out with the stars of the show, you have their coiled cables, their enthusiast series cables as they call them. Each one starts at $35 and really doesn't go much higher from there. They each have a 6-inch coil on the device side and 5 feet of length of straight cable on the computer side. These are USB-C on the device side and USB-A on the computer side, so Mac users, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to use an adapter if you want to plug this into USB-C, but I think it's worth it. And of course, each side is connected with an aviator cable. These are painted white or black for all of the models here. Aviator cables are basically mainly for looks. They don't serve any kind of special function or purpose. They are cool in the fact that if you want to swap out cables often, you can just simply disconnect them like this and then just put on the next one. For only $35, you're getting a thick, great-looking paracorded sleeved cable with a number of color options that are all going to look great. There's plenty of options here that will most likely match your setup. They're very tight coils, they're springy. That's the sign of a quality coiled cable right there. If it just bounces back and whips you in the glasses, then you know it's good. Where the USB and the heat shrink are connected though, I would just be careful when plugging or unplugging the cable, or even if you're going to move the keyboard around while you have the cable connected. It seems sturdy, it doesn't really bend or anything, but I could see how if you are not careful, you probably could bend the USB-C at the heat shrink connector here. Basically what I'm saying is just take care of your stuff and you'll be fine. There is a note on the Tez Cables website that there may be some power delivery issues with certain specific keyboards, namely the HHKB, the Ducky 1-2 Mini, and the Drop, Enter, Alt, and Control. This is because while the coil may only be 6 inches on your desk, straightened out, it is actually about 5.5 feet of cable length that is all bunched up to make the coil. So altogether with the rest of the cable, you're looking at about 10.5 feet. Those specific keyboards, I guess, may be more power intensive or power demanding. However, it is interesting to note that my wife is using the Drop Enter with a Tez cable, one of the coiled ones, and it works totally fine. That doesn't mean that there will never be a problem, so just take that with a grain of salt and use at your own risk if you are planning to use one of these cables with one of those keyboards. Say maybe you do have one of those keyboards, or maybe the coils just aren't for you. Well, Tez Cables now offers 2 different straight cables. These are the S-series cables. You got 4 inches from the aviator to the USB-C, and then on the other side you do have 5 feet, again like the coiled cables have. This does only come in black and white, at least for now, but at least with those colors, those will look good with most any setup, no matter what colors you've got going on your desk. Starting at $35, they have these new resin wrist rests. They come in 5 color options. You have the white here, a black and white, blue and white, black and red, and this nice galaxy blue with the glitter inside that makes it look like space, which looks really nice, except my wife immediately stole mine the moment that I took it out of the box. I've never used any other resin wrist rests, so I don't really have a whole lot to compare it to. I did come from a wood wrist rest, and if you've never used a hard wrist rest like resin or wood, the wood and resin wrist rests that I've used have actually been the most comfortable wrist rest that I've ever used. As of right now, their wrist rests only come in this 60% size, so if you're looking for one that will perfectly fit the entire length of a 10 keyless or full-sized board, they're not going to have those here, at least right now. It does cover the entirety of the typing area for the alpha keys, so I'd say if you're looking for a budget resin wrist rest, pick one up. Just give it a try. It at least is going to be great for typing and gaming. They each include 4 of these gel pads that you stick to the bottom of each of the corners so that it doesn't scratch your desk or get scratched by your desk. I've noticed that if you have the wrist rest on a bare desk and you slide it around, that is going to cause those pads to come off if you don't stick them on well, so I would recommend something like a Deskmat to keep that from happening. Which is where the next products come into play, Deskmats. That's right, Tez Cables has Deskmats now. There are 4 different ones to choose from. You have pink or blue, each available in 2XL or 3XL. I was not prepared for how huge these mats actually are. I had to change the lens on my camera just to get the whole thing in shot on my desk. The 2XL is more in line with your typical desk mat that you can buy on like Drop or something. If you've ever seen other desk mats that I've had on my desk in other videos, they're about the same size as those. While this box, however, contains the beastly 3XL desk mat. They're about 47 inches wide and about 23-24 inches deep, which is just about the same size of the entirety of my old IKEA Lindemann desktop. And that's insane. Even on this bigger desk, I couldn't lay this thing out flat without having to move a bunch of stuff around. These are great if you're looking for simple, lightly colored desk mats that are gonna help keep your desk protected as well as look nice and colorful on your desk. And these perform just fine for gaming. I don't really think they put an emphasis on anything like speed or control. They are cloth desk mats. I played Apex Legends and Valorant on these desk mats, and I perform just as mediocre on these as I do on any other mousepad. If you really do care about a special gaming mousepad, you probably just grab one and slap it on top of this thing if that's what gets you. So if you really do care about any specific types of gaming mouse pads, you could probably just slap your favorite one on top of this and then call it a day. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what is on offer from Tez Cables. Desk mats, wrist rests, and most importantly, the cables themselves. All at affordable prices. The desk mats will set you back $22 to $30 depending on the size. The cables and the wrist rests, $35 or $25 for the straight cables. I'd say those are all affordable. And to make it even more affordable, Tez Cables have offered me a discount code to extend to you. I will have an affiliate link in the description from the Tez Cables website, tezcables.com, and if you use the code PORTLY at checkout, you do get free shipping on your order, so enjoy that. And again, that is an affiliate link, so any purchases you make using that link as well as the discount code will all go toward helping the channel and funding the channel and whatnot for future endeavors. Until next time, thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, maybe subscribe if you're new, and check out some other videos on the channel. I will link some here at the end of the video. And that is how the cookie crumbles. I'm so good at ending my videos. I know that's what you're thinking. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Alright, I'm out.